Rudy Giuliani had the gaffe of all gaffes while announcing Donald Trump yesterday at a speech in Ohio. Let's see what he had to say.
Mike Pence understands this from his time both on the Foreign Affairs Committee, from his very, very timely visit, which I remember, to Ground Zero when we were in desperate need of help. He was there. And from his work on Judiciary Committee and helping to fashion the Patriot Act. By the way, under those 8 years, before Obama came along, we didn't have any successful radical Islamic terrorist attack in the United States. They all started when Clinton and Obama got into office.
He forgot 9/11. He forgot 9/11. People in the audience, I don't know if you heard it, somebody started clapping, and then as Rudy kept going, they're like, oh, that is wildly inaccurate. No, I cannot clap at that. This is a deeply partisan right-wing audience. I mean, look, there's things that Trump said in that speech where you would think, no way, people are going to clap. And they're like, yeah! There's one part in Trump's speech where he's like, and I will not tell anybody my plans because you got to surprise ISIS. So you want us to elect you without even knowing what your plans are? He says that, the audience is like, yeah, ignorance, yes. Even they were like, oh, Rudy, what did you say? Oh my God, you said that, didn't you? And also, this dude, he built a career on going everywhere and saying 9/11, 9/11, 9/11, 9/11, 9/11. I was there, I was the mayor, I stood on top of the rubble, therefore I'm great. So 9/11, 9/11, 9/11. He went everywhere, said that, and then now it slips out in the middle of him announcing Trump, probably the most eyeballs he's had on him in a while. He's like, and there were no terror attacks before Obama and Hillary. In fact, Pearl Harbor happened after them too. Yeah. Rudy, stop. And understand the real issue here. So, look, earlier on in the clip and later on, he goes on to talk about 9/11. Of course, he's Rudy Giuliani. So he had a slip up and the fucking wires weren't firing properly in his sad brain. But the real issue here, so what's the real issue? Obviously, he, this is a gaffe. And the whole point of 9/11, remember, never forget is what everybody said. Never forget. He forgot. But what's the real fundamental issue here? It just shows that he is a grotesque, rank, partisan clown. That's what it shows. And, that's one of the things that is the first sign of a complete and utter bullshitter, is if they decide, hey, my political party is so right in every way and the other one is so wrong in every way that I will not criticize my own ever. And you are willing to make comments like that, which are embarrassing comments that are just factually wrong, but the filter's not on and it's not clicking because you're so used to just piling on the other side and talking about how your side is great that you're willing to just blame them for shit that's obviously not their fault. But in your mind, you know what it is? In his mind, he thinks, true enough. How many times have you heard people say George Bush kept us safe? Except for that one time he didn't, when it was the worst terror attack on U.S. soil in our history. But it's like Mulligan for our side. That one doesn't count, obviously. And if you count it, oh my God, you're unpatriotic or you're a bad person. But Mulligan on that one, and then after that, kept us safe. No, but why would we give you a mulligan? That doesn't make sense. What do you mean we give you a mulligan? That's so stupid. But that's how they think. When it's our side, be as kind as possible in your interpretation to the point of even outright lying to make ourselves feel better about our side. When it's the other side, pile on, make shit up. So, yeah, I don't know. Every radical Islamic terror attack happened after Obama and Hillary Clinton got into power. Yeah, except no, it didn't. And this exposes your patterns of thinking. Guys, you all watch this show, and hopefully I try to be as objective and fair as humanly possible. And yes, I do have my own opinions and feelings on things, and I let them be known. But there are times I'll come out here and I'll say, what do I say? Hey, Donald Trump made a good point when he said X, Y, and Z. You've heard me say it. When he does his rhetoric on corruption and the puppets that are in the fucking Republican and Democratic Party, I say it. When he says, you know what, I'm not going to cut Social Security, I say, good point, thank you, that's awesome, that's fucking great. So I like to think I am more objective and nuanced and fair on all this stuff. And I try my absolute best to be. Rudy Giuliani is the antithesis of that. He wouldn't criticize his own political party and agree with something a Democrat said under any condition, even to the point where it's laid out right here in front of you. I forgot about 9/11 because I want to blame Obama for everything ever, so there were no successful terror attacks, radical Islamic terror attacks before Obama. He's just a silly person and nobody should take him seriously.